CNBC-TV18 presents the AI Dialogues in association with IBM.
Let's also get the conglomerate view from you, Vikram. Adani, of course, a large conglomerate operating across very, very diverse sectors. How can AI then be customized and really personalized to sectoral needs in such a large group? And then also balance it out with the fact that the employee experience across the group should be similar, seamless, consistent.
So we have many initiatives underway. I think I would first bucket a lot of standardization. So a lot of communication, onboarding, hiring frameworks, assessment frameworks are quite standardized irrespective of the business. And what Adani thrives on and gives this as an important opportunity to employees is the ability to move across businesses. The fact that you have similar systems and platforms makes it easier. I think what we are trying to now do is there are some new companies and there are companies which have been there for a long time. And that's where we are using perhaps different techniques to instill adoption. We are working with a lot of partners, I think with IBM as well, to educate the workforce on the opportunity of making life simpler for themselves and for the customer. And we are trying to weave this into the KRAs of the managers, because we feel managers play a very, very key role in the adoption of generative AI or any AI tool. And we are trying to build some fun into this whole thing. And through our communication team, we are sharing a lot of success stories. Also, I think somewhere there's a massive transition underway where we are giving a lot of power to the employee in their hand for a lot of process policy where we eliminate so many layers and try and automate things like leave and other things where there is reasonably straight-through processing, and what the employee gets is a quick outcome. And hopefully that will instill confidence that, look, this is not to disrupt my life, but it is going to make it better.
And Thiru, you want to add on to that? Because at IBM also, I know that you want to keep the employee experience at the center of revolutionizing HR with AI. What tools and techniques are you then using to ensure that employees have a fantastic experience when it comes to AI? Like Vikram was saying, quick output, quick decision making, making their work more easy and fulfilling. Give us some use cases that you've applied.
We have a very intelligent AI-powered platform, which pretty much has an end-to-end, from hire to retire kind of a life cycle in terms of support and advice that we provide. It caters to all levels of the organization, not just does it answer simple queries, but it actually transacts stuff for you. So if you are an upline manager and you needed to make some organizational transfers and you forgot, it's 10 o'clock in the night, you're walking your dog, you could actually go to your mobile and you could actually, with a few clicks and a few texts, have a conversational approach saying, I need to transfer Vikram from manager A to manager B. Says, okay, during the transfer, would you like to give him a salary increase? Says, yes. Would you like to, and you input it. Let's say you input, 10%. The system recognizes that Vikram is a certified cloud architect, and it will recommend to the manager, maybe you should give him a 25% increase because this skill is scarce. It is hard to find in the market. He's got great performance, and you might want to retain him. Do you agree? He says, yes, thank you for that suggestion. And then, and it sort of proactively nudges you with insight so you make the right decisions. And just before you go, it will remind the manager to say, hey, we've noticed you've got $5,000 unused in your appreciation kitty. We have Charan, who's coming up on 25 years anniversary in the company. Do you want to recognize her with this dollars? So it sort of plugs into various talent systems, HR information systems, and it assesses what is most contextual for that moment, hyper-personalized for you as a manager and your teams, so that you can make right decisions which otherwise you may not remember. And this is 24/7. It is 100% accurate, and it never has a mood. It's there to help you.
Oh, that's very, very interesting.
We have a system where Mr. Adani, Gautam Bhai, directly asks questions to the entire workforce, and he gets a direct answer. And coming out of that, we've tried to fix a lot of pain points. Like your example, we've completely redone our onboarding, where we've tried to, because we do a lot of hiring at Ahmedabad, so we've completely made the onboarding experience very, very employee friendly, very employee family friendly, fixed relocation, house searching, and so many other things. And there are many other examples, but when you get real feedback and if you can act on it quickly, then the belief sets in that this thing works.
So explain that to me. When you get real feedback from the workforce, and I assume that when Mr. Adani himself asks a question, and how large is the Adani workforce right now?
We are almost 45,000 employees.
So I'm assuming even if 50% of them respond to a question, you have a huge influx of answers coming from all across the country, sometimes outside the country as well. So what then happens at the back end with AI in sifting those answers and figuring out how you want to respond to those very, very quickly?
So I think what we've tried to do is get quick themes, thematic outcomes, and to see what is low-hanging fruit. Can we try and be responsive and demonstrate agility so that it reinforces the need to answer again. And for other bigger things, we then try and see, is there a fix that covers the whole organization? Many times it could be that schooling in a particular site is not very good, or there is some infrastructure issue, etc. Those are low-hanging fruit, and we are able to deal with it quickly. But then there are other bigger, opportunities that I suppose takes a little bit more thought and time. But it's a wonderful tool.
Fantastic.
I want to add to that actually, because we have invested some amount of efforts in that area. So Sharon spoke about asking new employees at 30 days, 60 days. See, at 30 days, what can you ask? Whether you've got a laptop or not, a place to sit or not. 60 days. So we have a inbuilt digital persona, which we are launching right now. Actually, it's called Chief Listening Officer. And the Chief Listening Officer is a digital persona who says that whatever you tell me is confidential, it will go directly to the CHRO. And then what it does is at 60th day, it will ask me, do you feel included as part of the team? If they go out for lunch or dinner, do they take you? Now, these are insights no engagement tool will bring out. Also, there are moments that matter. We call it MTM. Whenever somebody experiences a role change or a manager change, sometimes a manager change can be as good as a job change. And at those moments, it has specific set of curated questions that it asks, and in a day, it converses with, as Thiru said, it doesn't have mood and it can work 24/7 as long as the employee is available. So it pops up analytics in terms of who are at risks, who are red flag cases, so that instead of conducting exit interviews, then HR can conduct stay interviews. And that's where the value add of technology comes in.
Right. And talking of analytics, let's dive a little deeper into what are the different types of analytics that you all are generating as HR leaders. How are you acting on them as far as, for example, workforce planning is concerned or talent acquisition is concerned? Let's talk about that first. Thiru, analytics inputs on that one.
Yes, we live in the world of exponential, infinite data. So the amount of cuts and dissections in terms of dashboarding information is incredible. Whatever cut you need in terms of demographic information, talent information, skill information, performance information, pay equity information, diversity information, you have it on your fingertips. And not just for the leaders of the company who run the businesses, but for the first line managers who lead teams. And because they need to have that information in a timely manner, in an easily digestible format, relevant to the job that they actually do so that they can make the right decisions to grow their teams. I have to also say a lot of these reports now with using our partner companies are incredibly visualized, simple to digest. So you can subscribe to a report. It automatically comes every week, every 2 weeks, every month. So you can make the right information. Specifically for talent acquisition, we consciously have made a decision not to use AI or generative AI to make any selection decisions, because we still believe there's a certain level of bias that could creep in and the technology is not necessarily there yet. But we have introduced AI into various processes that help and simplify tasks for the recruiter. Scheduling interviews, creating job descriptions, posting it on social media, various job platforms. Calling up candidates can be a significant amount of work. Scheduling panel interviews. All of those tasks are now being orchestrated by AI, and that information and insight, you have it on a particular dashboard. A significant amount, when you have large, workforces, coming back to analytics, is your attrition information. Where are your hot spots? Proactive retention investments that we need to make when you see a certain market trend. Because you don't have an HR professional alongside a manager or alongside a group of employees in every location that they work in.
Correct.
And therefore, you need to have a pulse of the organization way ahead of time. And with AI-powered technologies, I think it just significantly enhances decision intelligence and make it simple.
CNBC-TV18 presents the AI Dialogues in association with IBM.